Welcome to Benito's Business. We're your hosts. I'm Yoltsin.
I'm Irvin.
And today we're here with
Yulisa.
And Marlette.
Okay, can you tell us about your positions, Judy and Marlette?
Okay, so I'm a membership director, and yeah, I'm just in charge of membership stuff, I guess.
Okay. I'm the fundraising director, so all the money, that's on me.
All right, something like that, right?
All right, so
Algo así.
give us a brief intro on how you joined HSBA. Just brief.
So I joined because of her. I was like, it was week of welcome, and we were just talking. We were like already friends, and she just asked me, we just got to the topic of like clubs, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, I joined this club, da da da," and I was like, "Oh cool, like can I join?" And at that point, like Irvin and like Milton were like already packing up and everything, and like she just kind of went up to them and she's like, "Oh, she wants to join," and then that's kind of how it happened.
Yeah. No, when I was applying for college, like I wanted to get here specifically, and my counselor was like, "Hey, like if you want to get there, like you gotta be specific to that school." So I was like, "Oh, I want to join HSBA." And like the more I looked into it, I was like, "Wait, like this is actually pretty cool." And then Milton and Irvin got me at Get Down to Business Day, and I've been a member ever since.
Wait, you knew about HSBA before like school started?
Yeah.
Dude, that's actually crazy.
What?
Yeah, like
She
I
did her
wrote.
research.
I did because I told you, like I really wanted to come here, and like I wrote it on like the entrance, whatever the questions, right? I was like, yeah, like I really want to join HSBA because this and that. Yeah, I have the screenshot somewhere. Yeah.
Send it. I want to see it.
Yeah, that's so.
You want it right now?
Not right now.
Okay, I'll send it later. Yeah.
For today's topic, we're gonna be talking about friends, friendships, all that good stuff. We could tell you guys are really good at friends, and Irvin and I actually have become closer. But anyway, first question: when do you decide someone is your friend versus like if they're just like an acquaintance or someone you just know?
Do you want to go first?
Okay. Actually, I don't know. You go.
Personally, I feel like it's just something like that kind of clicks. So I know like with Yulisa, like we didn't really talk at first, but we met like through someone else. We met like through someone else, and then I don't know how. Like, how did we just start talking?
I don't know.
I don't know. Something just happened.
I'm just funny like that. She was like, she's cool.
I was like, that's the one. No, but yeah, like I don't know. I say just like it's just like a feeling and like a vibe. And there are some people where like you're cool with them, but like you don't get the vibe that you guys could like be closer. That's just personally me.
I get that. Okay, want to go?
No, you go. I'm chewing my boba.
Oh. Well, the way I guess not that I decide, but I kind of like see that we're like, okay, we're close, is if we're able to hang out like one-on-one without like a third party, like a group setting. Because I feel like a lot of people, you have to hang out. It's cool. The vibe is there if you're hanging out in a group setting. But once you're like one-on-one, it's like, oh, like I don't know what to do. If you're able to do that like without being awkward or anything, I feel like that's when you really know your friends.
Yeah, I agree. Like, there's many people that I know. I say hi to them when I see them. Like, hey, what's up? We follow each other on Instagram. We're cool. But, like, I don't hang out with them one-on-one, And it's just, like, I do have my people that I go to, like, oh, and it's for little things, not always, like, let's go shopping, something big. It's like, oh, you want to come with me for a car wash? All right, let's go. Or, like, let's go get some boba real quick. Like spontaneous little things. So that's my friend versus someone I just kind of know, just met in class, or when you see them, It's not like we're texting or stuff like that. What about you, Lisa?
I mean, honestly, it's because when I call someone my friend, like I use it like very minimal. So I'm like, if you're my friend, it's because like I've opened up to you in some kind of way that I'm like, okay, I could be like vulnerable with you. Like I don't know, that's just me. Like I will talk to people, but like my circle in like reality, like I'll keep it as small as I can. So I'm like, not until like I know I can kind of be like one-on-one, like, oh, I'm going through this and that. Then I'm like, okay, nah, that's game. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Quick side note. Like, as you were talking, I kind of thought of this. There's people that I know that I'm friends with or I've known for a little bit, and like they say I love you or like love you, and I'm just like, one time a friend said something love you, and I was like, thanks, because I'm sorry. It's just I feel like I love you. Like sometimes, okay, this sounds kind of bad. I don't even say I love you to my parents that often. I do say it because I love them, of course. But I was never like accustomed to saying like love you or I love you after a phone call. So when I do say I love you, it's like I love you, you know, like that's my heart is yours, you know. And so when people just throw out like love you, bye, see ya, like say bye, like I'm not gonna say it back unless I love you, you know.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely a lot of people use that word. They just throw it out there like, oh, I love this, I love you, I love blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean with loving, like I love boba, that's for sure. But when I'm talking about like a person, that's just more
Yeah.
personal, more deep. I'm not just gonna throw it out like that. I don't know about you guys, but personally, like that's just not my thing.
No, I'm on the same page. Same.
Yeah. I mean, to begin with, I'm not like affectionate like that either. So I'm like, you know, it's weird. That's why, like, I mean, with her, I guess here and there, but like very minimal. Like,
I guess.
yeah, because it's like I wasn't like,
Dude,
I don't know, it feels weird.
have you seen those things where it's like your best friend or the person you're closest with, you have like no pictures with them and like you don't even hug them? Like that's so real. Like
Yeah.
I'd be side hugging or like just saying hi to people that are kind of not that they're whatever to me, but they're like not like that. Like, you know, I see one on like I wish this is for the people that are watching like this, like that.
this.
Like this.
No, I still can't do that first try.
Okay, anyway.
Bruh.
Irvin can't even move his fingers. But yeah, that's just a side note. But you got a question for us, Irvin, or what? You got something to say?
I don't. I don't. Well, but I'm gonna move on to another not topic, but question. All right. So we kind of touched base on that a little bit, but like, what qualities do you think someone has to have in order for you to include them into like your circle? You know, because I mean, you have people you talk to, but then you have your circle. Like, what do you look for, like people?
Like for me to like really let them in my circle, I guess you could say like loyalty, you know, because I'm like if I could like and trust, because I'm like if I can trust you enough to like tell you like my deepest secret, then okay, then that's like I'm like okay, now you're officially like my right hand man type thing. But like besides that, I'm like I don't know, like you're just whatever.
Just whatever.
Well, not whatever. Let me change my words because then people are gonna be like she's mean. No, I'm not, but. Like, I don't know. Like, I just really got to be able to trust you, like, overall, like, your whole... It's just... I just know. That's how to explain.
When you know, you know.
Exactly.
Period.
Right, because when I first met Irvin, I didn't know.
I still don't know.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just kidding.
Yeah, he was kind of shady when I first met him.
Ooh,
No,
what's that story? No, hold on.
Wait,
Ooh,
wait,
I want to hear
No,
her
let
out.
her
Actually,
speak her truth. Let her speak her truth.
excuse me, Women's History Month, please.
Ooh.
Right, like it's my month. Let me speak.
Let
Don't
me walk
silence
out.
me.
Let me walk out.
Please, please do. No, like when Irvin and I first met, he was a little shady because we're hanging out and I trusted him with my keys. This is the first time we hung out. This is the first time we hung out, and I trusted him with my keys. And I was like, I didn't have any pockets, so I said, "Can you hold them?" And he said, "Yeah, I got you." Puts them in his pocket. Ends up putting them in someone else's bag, and not only that, but that person ends up taking my keys home with them. So I got stranded. And then Irvin was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, we're gonna go get them right now." We end up going in his car, and then we end up driving to where my keys are at, and then we end up picking them up, and he drops me back off to my car, and like, I don't know, that was just the whole thing.
Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay.
You had
So
to sit up for that.
I ended up having to. Okay, it was at the Smorgasbord,
It was.
right? And I think Gabe and other people were with us, and one of them I think it was Gabe, had a bag. So I ended up putting all my stuff in there because it was gonna go flying because we got on that ride that spins.
That was so fun. I'm not gonna lie, I was
So-
cracking up the whole thing.
Okay, so what ended up happening is Gabe took her keys and I took Gabe's keys. So we switched keys.
Why?
I don't know. I just grabbed them and I don't know. I didn't know what type of key she had either. I just grabbed them, put in my pocket, put them in the bag, right? So we get to her car. I'm like, "Here are your keys," and she's like, "Those are mine." I'm like, "What do you mean? That's the only pair of keys I have." And I was like, "Whose keys do I have?" And I was dude. This is like what 10:30 at night.
It was.
So then I remembered Gabe also had his keys in there. So I call him. I'm like, "Yo, do you have your keys?" He's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Bro, double check right now." He checks them. He's like, "Wait, these aren't mine." So it turns out he had to wait 20 minutes outside of his apartment for me to arrive and for us to swap keys.
He was already home?
Yeah.
Oh, he got someone else drove him or something?
Yeah, someone else drove him. So I guess he drove with a friend or whatever. But yeah, that was our first time hanging out, kind of.
It was.
So that was interesting. It was a whole mission. I think we went to, what, Cerritos or something?
I think
Bellflower? I don't know.
I don't know. I just remember it was kind of far though.
It was a whole mission.
It was. It was
Damn,
so scary.
I'm not
too.
trusting you in my things no more.
Yeah,
It was
no.
one time,
Don't
one
trust
time.
him.
That's it.
All
That's
right.
all it takes. One time.
Right.
Pues.
Dang, but I mean, for me, I have, as I said, like, shout out Jocelyn and Erica. Those are like my girls right now. Or not right now. They're my girls. And so with Erica, actually, it's more of a funny story because I met her last spring semester in my international business class. And it's a Zoom class. So we met in person for the first class. And then after that, we would go in person for the exams. So it was the first day of class. It was a once a week class, so like a 3-hour class. And I go and I sit down. And it's funny because I knew a guy that was going to be in that class with me. So I was like, oh, like, come sit with me. Like, I'll see you in class or whatever. So I pull up to class. I go sit down. And there's, like, a seat next to me, right? And then my friend that I had texted or that we knew we were going to have class together, he pulls up. He walks into the room, sees me, and sits somewhere else. And when that happened, I was like, okay, like, you're rude anyway. So more people start showing up, like, the class starts filling up. And then this girl walks in, looking at me with her big green eyes. She's like, can I sit here? And I was like, yeah, sure. So that's my friend Erica. And so she sat next to me, and then we're both, like, confused on this clicker thing that this app we had to get on our phones. So we started talking about that. And then since it's a long class, too, like, we had a break. So we started talking. We leave the classroom for a few minutes. And then she starts telling me all her tea. It's like, that's something that's so funny. Like, she told me all her drama. I was like, girl, I just met you, but cool, all right. And then I kind of had something going on at the time, too. So I was like, yeah, like, this is happening, and this dude, and blah, 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 right? Anyway, class ends, and then we're cool. And I think she got my Instagram. She asked for mine. Something I don't do is ask for people's Instagram. Like, if I just met you, I'm not asking. I don't know. I just don't.
Really?
It's very rare that I'll ask for social media after we met for the first time. It'll be either, like, second or third. But even then, usually I feel like it's the other person that asks me. Or they just find it eventually. Or if not, like, I'll find yours eventually. I don't know. Anyway, back to the story. Oh.
Ooh.
Dang, something just fell outside, or I don't know what happened.
Someone
Oh, but anyway. So, yeah, we just, like, started texting after that. And then she was really cool. So we would hang out afterwards. She invited me to her apartment, or not her apartment, her house, to watch the Zoom lecture, like, online once a week. And so the first time I went, I was like, oh, do you want anything from Chick-fil-A? So I got us food, and then I went over. I was in her apartment with her, and it was just a vibe. And from there, like, we just started going to the gym together, and we would just hang out and everything. Like, yeah, it's been over a year now, and we're, like, really good friends. But she's someone that's in my immediate circle, and it started off with just a vibe, like y'all said.
Period.
Yeah.
Irvin, I feel like you haven't been talking. Like, he's quiet today. All of a sudden.
I'm letting you guys
nervous.
talk, you know?
He's
I'm just
nervous when I
listening.
clown on him.
No.
It's the first time he's been with only women in a room.
Has it been?
I mean, like, in the podcast.
On the podcast? Yeah.
It has, huh?
He's intimidated for sure.
But no, I think for me, I feel like it's a couple things. So one, obviously, I have to trust you. You have to. Another thing for sure, you have to be, like, kind of empathetic. Like, I have to be able to say something and kind of, like, compassionate about it. But another thing for sure that, like, that stands out for me is, like, this person has to, like, offer things when I don't ask. Like, I feel like all of you, like, I'm friends with all of you and stuff like that because, like, you guys offer things, like, without having to ask, like, or, like, give me things. Like, for example, she'll, like, give me cookies. Like, here's your cookie. Here's whatever. Or, like, do you want blah, blah, blah. Or, like, you guys ask, do you guys want some boba? You want some boba without, like, whatever, you know? Little stuff like that where I'm like, oh, you know, they're, like, thinking about me or they're, like, at least considering me, you know? Because I feel like a lot of people, they're like, no. You know, they'll do stuff and then they won't think, like, hey, maybe this person wants this. Maybe this person wants a ride. Because personally, I don't like asking for... Damn. You guys hear that? Okay. Anyways, I don't like asking for things, right? Like, I know one thing Mondo always calls me out on is, like, he's always down to give me a ride places. But I never ask because I don't like asking. And he'll always offer me a ride. Always offer me this, offer me that.
Shout out, Mondo.
Yeah, for real. Shout out.
Shout out Mondo.
Like, he's a real one. Like, literally, like...
I get it. Shout out, Mondo.
like at Pico in October, I was still barely getting to know him and stuff, and he literally offered to drive me, and I was like, oh, I barely know you, and then he paid for my food that same day too, just because he's like, I got you, and I was like, no, I'm good. He's like, he literally pushed me out the way to pay for my food. He's like, no, I got you.
Let me be next to him next time.
Right,
we go
he's
out
cool
to
like
eat.
that.
No. But little stuff like that kind of stand out to me, you know.
That's
So when
nice.
we buy him stuff,
No,
I'm
just
just
like,
kidding.
So he's a gold digger.
all right.
Men these days, not just playing.
What's that word? Interesado or what?
Embarazado?
Nah.
I just kidding.
Let's not say that one.
Okay. Quick other question. So, like, would you guys cut someone off? And if so, why? Or have you ever done that?
Yes,
I know
Tell
she
us a
would.
tea.
I know you would.
I have.
That's why.
It's because okay, there was this one girl. I don't want to drop names. Nah.
Say it right now.
Name
We'll
drop.
bleep it.
No. Nah. It's because we were friends since freshman year in high school, right? And like we were always together. Like she was, I don't want to say she was my chica because she wasn't my best friend. But like point is like we were always like together type thing, right? And like up to it happened senior year. Junior year we had started doing majorette, like the baton twirling. That's what we would do. And obviously, like, she would show up to practice. She started getting closer to, like, other people on the team. And I'm like, that's cool, you know? Like, I'm not going to be your only friend, you know? I'm not going to hold you back and be like, no, you're only my friend. But she pretty much kind of ended up, I guess, switching up on me. Because it's like before, she would tell me, like, when somebody had my name in their mouth. But then it's like all of a sudden when it came to them, she was, like, quiet. And, like, I kind of had to force it out of her. And I was like, girl, like, what happened? Like, before you would be like, girl, like, so-and-so said this and that. But it's like, now it's like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, girl, what? So that was already a red flag. And I'm like, okay, if these people are talking about me and you're friends with them, like, by association, like, what's that going to make me think? Like, obviously, that means you have some kind of, like, role in it. And I was like, you know what, like, and then also, like, she would always go hang out with them, too. And I was like, you kind of already picked your side. So I'm like, you know, whatever. And I just stopped talking to her.
Okay, so when we say cut off, what do you mean? Just like blocking them, like ignoring them, or like how do you guys define cut off?
I don't block people. I just kind of remove and, like, I just don't talk to you.
Like distance?
Like
Yeah.
say like you saw them, you guys
Yeah.
for some reason met at like the supermarket, right? You guys are in some aisle, you guys pass by. Like you're gonna ignore her. You're gonna be like, oh hi, blah blah blah.
I mean, it's because también, like, we were cool and all those years before. Like, I'll smile at her, but, like, I wouldn't go up to her and talk to her. It's because the thing is, like, I still want to see you eat, just not at my table type thing. Like, that's how I see it.
She said that on TikTok for sure.
No, like, I don't know where I heard that, but I
That's
was
like,
like,
an Instagram caption.
No.
Go ahead and eat, just not at my table.
yeah, no, I don't know where I heard it, but, like, it was, like, years ago I heard it. But, yeah, so she was like, what, was she one of the first people?
Oh, so there's many.
She had a whole list.
No, tampoco. No, it's because, like, no, it's because for the most part, I'm good at choosing my friends, so I don't have to cut off people that much. But it's crazy because my mom told me, she was like, I don't have a good feeling about her. And, like, low-key, I would defend her, too. I'll be like, Ma,
Mother
like, nah,
knows
like,
best.
I understand where you're coming from, but it's like, nah, like, she's cool. She was cool.
Until she was.
Not
Yeah, so
anymore.
listen to your mom.
You got any stories for us, Marla?
Not really. I'm not good at cutting people off, even when I should. That's
Mhm.
Let's
Yeah.
not say.
let's not say that one.
You know what? It's funny. I actually have a quick story. My stories are never quick. But so freshman year, I was living in the dorms, and I was friends with these like girls. We were like a group of girls. It was 4 of us. And then one of the girls, like, she started acting sus. We would always say like, "Oh, let's go." Like, we would always eat dinner at the dining hall, like, together. And then like slowly, she would just be like, "Oh no, I have to do homework. Like, I'm gonna get dinner later." And then we'd be like, "Oh, like, we were gonna go to downtown Disney." And she's like, "No, I don't want to." Or like, I don't know what. She would just kind of say no. And at first I was like, whatever, yeah, she's busy. After a while, I was like, pause, what's going on? So then I did a little digging, and she had a boyfriend this whole time, right? Like, she'd had a boyfriend since high school. And then all of a sudden, like, I think I saw her with this guy that like was living at the same dorm building with us. And I was like, okay, like, you know what you do, you girl. I don't even know your man, because I don't know. That's like not my business. But I don't know. As friends, I was kind of like, dang, like, why is she lying? Like, why is she just not telling us what's going on? Anyway, we ended up confronting her, like, hey, we've noticed like you haven't been coming with us or hanging out, and you know you've been distant. And then she started crying, talking about to be honest, I don't know what, but some other drama. And I'm like, that's not what I'm referring to. Like, we know that you've been seeing this other guy while you have a boyfriend. But of course, like, and I was like, dude, like, I don't even care. I'm upset that you didn't tell us. Like, you're over here, do what you want to do, girl. Like, that's all you. But at least, you know, like, keep us in the loop at least somehow. I don't know. I didn't like being like kept in the dark. And so afterwards, like, it was just the lies. Cause like once you lie to me, like, then I don't trust you. So then I kind of cut her off, and but that one wasn't too severe. Like, I still have her on Instagram. I still have her phone number. When I would see her around, I'll smile, say hi. But that one's like, that's like surface level. There's these other people, or this other person, I guess, that did me dirty, and I was like, you know what, you're done. So that was like remove on Instagram and like remove on contacts. Like, I didn't block it because I didn't think blocking the phone number was necessary. But like, yeah, that one's like out my life. Like, you're done.
Damn, that side was harsh.
It's just
It brought her back.
they be making
she's
me
over
mad.
it.
Like, nah, that was not cool.
She's gonna swing on Irvin right now. Watch.
She should.
Nah, Irvin just said he wants to start fighting MMA, so I need to be careful.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
Let's not say
Well,
Bruh,
I
you got
started.
my support.
I started.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I'm
see.
training now. I'm training.
I see.
I'm training. Yeah.
You got
Can
my
you
support.
imagine this 5-foot dude in a cage? Like,
Dude, but
Yeah,
not sometimes like the smaller
sometime
ones
next year.
are.
Yeah.
Sometime next
For
year.
real? Girl, I'll be your biggest support and hater. I'll have like one time like, Irvin, you're the best. And be
And
like,
just
Nike
flip it around.
sucks.
Flip it around.
Yeah, I gotta keep you humble.
Now, for you be the one that like, I'll say something, you'll shoot it down real quick.
I gotta keep him humble.
Yeah.
Too many people are like, oh, Irvin, you bring peace to this world. And I'm like,
Ain't
no,
nobody
he-
said.
girl, name somebody who said that, cause
Milton. Shout out to Milton.
Wait, what?
No, he didn't say that, but like he would.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no, Loki
yeah.
Milton's a real one. He would probably say something like that.
he
Milton
would.
is a real
That's
one.
why we said it. Shout out to my boss. Don't fire me.
He's fake. That
He's
one.
like, that's a strike.
Chill.
okay, tú.
Anyways, what's the topic?
Are you cutting
people
someone
cutting
off?
people off. I feel like I don't cut people.
He's gonna be
off.
like, you, Lisa.
Nah, I don't cut people off. I feel
He's
like
like
I just I keep you in my life, but like you're gonna know that like we're not tight like that no more. Like I'll start like not hanging out with you no more. I'll like kind of give you not the cold shoulder, but like say if you invite me out, I'm like, oh no, I'm busy. Oh, I'm this. Like I'll still be there, but I'm not there. If that makes sense. I'm there, but I'm not there for you.
Mm.
You know. So yeah, so I don't really cut people off or anything. It's just more like I'm there, but I'm not there type. I don't think I have any stories. You guys don't have stories. Like I said, I don't cut people off.
You're
He's
too
just
nice.
chill.
Yeah.
All right, Marlene, your turn. Miss Girl, she been quiet.
Girl, it's because I don't be cutting people off. That's my issue.
She needs to.
Oh,
I'm
right,
saying.
you did say.
We're gonna start a petition.
Oh,
Two?
give me a backbone.
Mm-hmm. Her and you, ya de una vez.
Oh,
Mister, I don't cut people off.
for real.
I'm still there, but not
so
for
that's
you.
Why, so that's why all the times I ask you, let's go get boba, let's hang out. Like, you're like, oh, no. I'm busy, I'm doing this.
I'm actually busy though. Like I literally have no time at all.
No, I know. I'm just messing
Yeah,
with
so
you. Don't trip.
you know, gotta defend
I'm just
myself.
kidding.
Okay, well, another question. So, do you think you have different personalities with different groups?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I think so.
Okay, elaborate.
Because I can get along with everyone, but I kind of mold myself depending on the other person. Like, with. Never mind. It's going to be like I can make more out of pocket jokes with, like, HSBA, like, y'all. Because I'm like, y'all are cool, you know? Like, I know, like, with, like, con ellos, like, me puedo llevar. You know what I mean? And, like, they can handle it. It's, like, reciprocated. But I'm, like, compared to, like, another group of friends where I'm, like, I know I have to be, like, more, like,
Positive.
more like, yes, you guys are so cool. We can do this. Yeah. But, like, I'm not saying I'm faking it because, you know, it's like, I'm not. You know, like, I can still be positive. It's just, okay, with more people, I'm more chill with people that I feel more comfortable with compared to, like, if I'm still getting adjusted and they're, like, totally different. Because it's like, oh, my God, I feel like I'm just yapping, low-key. Okay, wait, let me start over. Because I feel like for the most part, HSBA, we kind of have similar, like, upbringings. So I'm like, okay, like, I can make jokes. But I'm like, compared to, like, somebody that grew up, like, with money or, like, all that other stuff, I'm like a little more careful because I'm like, I don't know if I can joke around like this. So I'm like, yeah.
No, definitely. I feel like a lot of us, we get along because we all kind of joke around with each other. And we know we're not going to hurt each other. Or, like, obviously, we got to be careful what you say.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you know, like this one.
Yeah.
You get butthurt?
No, not that. She, like, you, all three of you, actually. You guys are always saying stuff to me. But, like, I don't get butthurt. Because I don't usually say things back all the time. I'll, like, whatever. I'll, like, say one thing every once in a while. But, like, I don't get butthurt. And a lot of people, we have, like, that vibe. Like, Jaju, he...
Oh, shout out to Jaju.
He would. No, say it.
No, he says a lot of stuff too.
No, he's
And
cool.
No, he's cool. I'm not talking bad.
okay.
I'm saying like Jaju goes in. Like
Dang,
Yeah.
let me not cross that one.
No, don't.
no, but it's like all a vibe. Like everyone kind of says like, you know who's been going at it lately too on Discord? It's so funny. Kim and Jaju.
That's funny.
yes.
Funny.
I'm
I'm like-
talking about 40-year-old man, you know, it's like,
Right.
and she's a little girl talking about school.
No,
books,
it's
this
literally
and
like
that.
12 at night too, and I'm like, go to sleep.
For real, I wake up and I look at the Discord and they're beefing it. I'm like, what?
It's all jokes though. Jokes is fun and games.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna say like not that I have a different personality, but like once I'm comfortable or like once I know you a little better, I'll joke around, but I'm mean. Like I really don't want
Period.
to be, and it's something I've noticed. But I will say things in a rude tone or like a mean voice, or like my face will be straight, so like it comes off bad, and then I feel bad. Like just the other day, we were at the Olympics, the OSA Olympics, and I said something to Alberto, and it sounded so mean, and I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean it like that. And I don't, like, sometimes I don't notice. So, like, Jocelyn or Erica, my friends, like, they'll tell me, like, dude, like be nice, or, you know, stop, or something like that. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. No, Irvin, I come at him, like, all
He
the
deserves
time.
it.
Because I see her almost every day too. So like.
Yeah, no, but like he knows I'm playing around, and sometimes like he'll come back at me too with some attitude, and I'm like, no, I win. Like,
Dude, I never met nobody with the I never met no man with the attitude like Irvin. Oh my God, he's so sassy. I'm like,
What do you mean?
girl, I'm
Like,
like
one
so-
time-
you know Jose?
Jose. Oh, yes,
Wait, which
him
one,
too.
which one,
Shout out to Jose.
Our Jose?
Yeah.
OG Absot?
Yeah, he's
Him,
so
he-
sassy.
I mean,
can't
yeah.
stand him.
Nah, he's funny though. I hope he doesn't watch this. Nah, but Irvin, like one time, what did I reply to your story? Oh no, he replied to my story, and then he was like, "And what?" I was like, "Girl, bye." Like, oh my God. And then I don't know what I said this other time. He's like, "Okay, and." I was like he dragged out the word "and." Like I don't know how many D's. I'm like,
Dude,
I was gagged. I
That
was like-
reminds me. The other day we were at Pico, and then I posted a video, and then he replied. This was at like 1, 2 in the morning. He was like, "Why didn't you put me in it?" Or like, "I'm not in it," and I just said, "Shut up." And then he said, "No." And this was like at 3 in the morning. I was like, "What?" Like I woke up the next day, like, "Wait, why did I even say that?" I don't know.
bro. Or that one time that I was like, "Oh, I gotta ask for permission," and then everyone told me to ask for permission for something. I was like, ask my mom. He was like, "Nah, la vecina." That got me dying. I was like, "Nah, he got me good on that one."
No, because like, who else would you ask?
I don't know why. Like, low-key, after I was like, why did I even ask that? But it was funny.
You know,
like,
I got that from my mom though, because I'll be like, asking stuff. She's like, "Oh, voy a preguntarle a whatever," and I'm like, "Who?" He's like, "Al vecino, al vecino." And I'm like,
nah, low-key, I was like, he got that from his mom because my mom would be saying that. Yeah.
My mom never said that to me.
"Really?"
No.
I don't know.
Dude,
Let me not say.
one time she said that to my brother, and my brother was like, "Wait, actually?" He started walking out the door, and I'm like, "Yo, what are you doing?" She was being sarcastic. He was like, "Oh, for real?" And I'm like, "Ma, did you see him? That's your kid?"
That's
I'm
your
like,
kid.
"Oh, that's crazy." And he was the part that like made me crack up. He was genuinely confused the whole time, and I was like, "Oh my God."
That's crazy.
¿Y tú, Marlet?
Okay, I forgot what we were talking about. Honestly. I'm like so lost in the conversation. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, and then what? Like,
No, anything.
The
you
different
wanna-
personalities, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'd say that I do like with you guys. Like, I like to mess around a lot and I like to joke, but I only joke like to a certain extent with certain people that I know. Like, don't mean it, because I'm like super sensitive and I get like buttered super easily. So like there's this one time that like Danny and I were going at it, and like oh my gosh,
Shout out, Danny.
period. Don't shout out to Danny, but okay, shout out Danny, whatever. But we were going at it, and then like he was being like super aggressive with it, and like that day I really wasn't feeling it, so I literally like lashed out at him, and I was like, what is your problem? And then cause like he just, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes people catch me on like bad days, and I'm like, oh, like, I shouldn't have said that, but also like it's also my fault, like porque no me aguanté, you know. So I don't know, but that's why I'm like, I pick and choose who I joke with. And I know like with Irvin, like he doesn't say anything and he knows I don't mean it, so like that's why I'm always like, Irvin this, Irvin that, Irvin da. And like same with Milton and like Danny, like he'll stay stuff back, but like I know he doesn't mean it like at the end of the day. And like Yulisa too, like we'll mess around with each other. So that's why I say I pick and choose my battles. Like and yeah, but also like with like other groups besides HSBA, I feel like I tend to be a lot more like nicer, and like I just like
So
try
she
to
doesn't like us.
no, it's because I love you guys. Like that's the difference. With them, like I'm like, oh, I like you guys. With you guys, I'm like, that's my familia or whatever. Whatever we say.
That's so cute. Okay, well, that was actually a good spot to wrap up our episode for today. Thank you, everyone, for watching Benito's Business. Again, I'm Yoltsin.
I'm Irvin.
I'm Yulisa.
And I'm Arlette.
And that's all we have for today. See you next time.
Bye.